Hey guys, it's me, Fearspot, and this is an interesting video, something I've never posted before. I'm going to be going over the best player from every offensive position in the NFL. And if I get 8 likes, I'll do a defensive version. So I'm just going to go through every position and just say the best player in the league, why I think that, list maybe 1 or 2 close-ups that are like runner-ups, then just a couple stats. So yeah, first for quarterback, we have amazing quarterbacks in the league. We have Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Most of you would probably be saying Patrick Mahomes because he's young, he's very good, and he's been in 2 seasons of starting. He's been to the Super Bowl and a conference championship. And he's put up pretty good numbers. But he is not my number one. Nor is Aaron Rodgers. He's gotten too old and he's not as good as he used to be. And he's probably leaving the Packers. Not Tom Brady, because he's getting old. He's on a new team. He's probably not going to be near as successful as he was a couple seasons ago on the Patriots. And Russell Wilson, he's not the best. He's good. He's not the best. So the number 1 quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion, is Drew Brees. He holds multiple records of all-time and current NFL players, and he has pretty good stats. He's averaging about 268 passing yards per game. He has a 109.6 rating, averaged out throughout all of his years of playing. He's averaging almost 8 yards per pass, which is really good. Has 1 Super Bowl and a 13-time Pro Bowler. Practically every time he's been in the league, he's made it to the Pro Bowl, which is insane. So that wraps off the quarterback position. In my opinion, Drew Brees is the number 1 quarterback in the NFL. So for the running back position, or halfback, whatever you want to call it, 3 running backs come to mind for me: Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey. We'll start with McCaffrey. He's good. He's not that good. I mean, he's a top 3. He's not the best. There's better. And, he's fast, he's small, he gets through holes and can hide behind defenders. He's very agile, but his offensive line isn't very good, and that's one of the reasons that he's number 3 and possibly not number 1. Another really good running back for the number 2 spot, in my opinion, is Derrick Henry. Last season, he carried his team pretty much to the playoffs and the regular season. He made it to the conference championship, but they lost to the Chiefs, who ended up winning the Super Bowl. But he was a beast last season. He was putting up records that he hasn't put up since college. But like I said, he hasn't been putting records up since college. His first 2 or 3 seasons in the league, not very successful. So he's only had 1 successful season, and the number 1 running back has had several more. So in my opinion, the number 1 running back in the NFL is Ezekiel Elliott. I'm trying not to be biased. I am a Cowboys fan, but I mean, when you see how good he is, see how many yards he gets, how fast he is, and our good O-line, it's kind of hard not to put him at number 1. Okay, so some of the stats for his are: he's had 1K yards per season every season except 1. In that one season, he's suspended for 6 games, and he's still gotten almost 1,000 yards. He's averaging around 4.8 yards per rush, averaging 12 touchdowns a season, 41 receptions per season. In my opinion, he's pretty far ahead of the other running backs, and it's going to take either traumatic downfall for him or some other guys to step up to pass him. So for receiver, in my opinion, there's 3 standout receivers: DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and Larry Fitzgerald. We'll start with Larry Fitzgerald. He's kind of old. He's like 36 or 37. He's still putting up really good numbers, but he's not putting up numbers he had 5 to 10 seasons ago. And now, DeAndre Hopkins has joined the team, and he's probably not going to be the number one receiver. He's going to lose a bunch of receptions and yards, and he's just going to fall down a little bit. Still amazing receiver, but he's not number one. Next, we'll go with DeAndre Hopkins. He is really good in my opinion. No matter every season you look at, he's putting up high numbers. He's probably going to put up good numbers on the Cardinals. And yeah, he's just outstanding player overall. And then we got Julio Jones. He's effective all ranges on the field. Long range, you can throw deep to him. You can throw slant to him. He can go for a screen, comeback route, sideline, whatever. He's fast. He's agile. He's had a Super Bowl, but yeah, that happened. But yeah, he's really good, but still, in my opinion, he's not the best. In my opinion, the number one receiver in the league is DeAndre Hopkins, averaging about 1,200 yards per season receiving, averaging 12.5 yards per reception. That's like all-star tight end levels. And his longest ever reception was 76 yards. 76 yards for a receiver is really good. You may think, oh, running backs get 80-yard rushes, but that's once in like a season. That's a lucky time. Receivers, you don't really hear them getting 75 plus yards on a reception. So that's just insane. So in my opinion, the number one tight end in the league is George Kittle. I mean, the only actual person that's near him is Travis Kelce, and he's old, not as good as he used to be. He has a Super Bowl, has several Pro Bowl selections, but Kittle, in my opinion, is better. He's averaging around 1,250 yards per season, averaging around 87 receptions for a tight end. That's insane. That's almost Michael Thomas level, how many receptions he's getting. Average of 13 yards per reception. It's pretty much any time he catches the ball, it's first down and some, which is pretty good. And it made it to the Super Bowl, but they end up losing. Still, in my opinion, he is an amazing tight end. Okay, for offensive line, I didn't know how I was going to do this, so I just chose one offensive lineman I thought was really good and could probably be successful at any position. He plays left tackle and right tackle and is good at both. He's played left guard, I believe, a couple times. If someone got injured, and he was pretty successful there. But I think he could be successful at any spot on the line. So, in my opinion, the number one offensive lineman in the NFL is Tyron Smith. He is a Cowboy. He's played for another team or two, I'm pretty sure. He's averaging one tackle for loss per season, which they only get past him to tackle running back or receiver, probably running back, fullback, once a season. It's only his fault once, which is pretty insane. Thinking that on his side, they've only come through once and gotten the tackle. So yeah, he's really good. In my opinion, he's the number one offensive lineman. If you liked the video, smash the like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of them, and I'll probably have a discussion with you about it if you want. Okay, that's it for this time, but I'll see you next upload.